Hello, my name is Kayla Moore, and today I will be discussing professional dispositions, ethics, and growth. First, we will discuss my personal values. First and foremost, I want everyone to know that I am a born again Christian. I love the Lord with all my heart, and I believe that He has called me into this profession to show the love of Christ to all those who I encounter, inside and outside of my future classroom. First Corinthians 10:31 says, "No matter what you do it all for the glory of God." This is the basis of how I will conduct myself and my work ethic. When I put the Lord first in all that I do, everyone else can benefit from that because He expects His children to treat others with respect, love, and care. Because of my Christian worldview, I find it imperative to conduct myself in a manner worthy of Christ, which means I strive to be humble, honest, respectful, compassionate, and dedicated to my calling. I want my students in public or private school, as well as myself, to be lifelong learners. I want them to love learning because of the love, care, and compassion that I put into teaching them and modeling to them what a good Christian teacher is. Next is biases. I recognize that many biases exist within any culture and/or human being. It is my job as an educator to keep any biases at bay, whether they be my own or others. I have a commitment to all students to treat them equally, no matter of their background or what other people may say about them. Every time they step into my classroom, everyone starts with a clean slate. And that is so important to me, to not carry over yesterday's problems into a new day. While I am a white, straight Christian woman, and bias can be drawn from just those words, I do not judge others because I acknowledge that everyone has a living soul and they are made in the image of God and they deserve love, respect, and compassion. Ethical behaviors. We will celebrate diversity and culture while building a classroom community that is founded on love and respect. I'm so excited whenever I see diverse students in my classroom because this gives us an opportunity to learn so much about the world and to open our minds and to see other people and their cultures for who they are. I love to see children learning more about the world and who God created and all the people that He created and how He created them. I will acknowledge and connect home and school life by respecting, listening to, and helping my students with any life experiences they want to share with me while protecting their dignity. I will model inclusion throughout my lesson planning and classroom conduct so everyone feels loved, safe, and valued. Cultural framework. The cultural framework of my classroom will set the expectations of how students and myself will conduct ourselves through citizenship, our language, our behavior, and our social interactions. Because of my Christian worldview, respect will be freely given within my classroom, whether you are a student, a coworker, a parent, or a stakeholder in our school. Showing respect to others is a cultural foundation of my Christian life that I want to model for all my students, coworkers, and anyone that I encounter. Creating a fair and enriching learning environment where everyone can thrive socially, emotionally, and academically is my goal as a Christian elementary educator. Our language within and without the classroom should be used to encourage and cheer each other on. We must keep our communication respectful and constructive. High expectations for effective communication. Principles 1 and 4 of the Moral Code of Ethics for Educators show how we can effectively communicate as teachers. Principle 1 states the responsibility that I have to the profession. Educators should maintain respectful communication with everyone within the learning environment. Educators should encourage the same respectful communication they give to be given by other educators, administration, paraprofessionals, and any staff that we may encounter. Educators must keep an open line of effective communication with administration and support staff for classroom and our own personal needs. High expectations for effective communication. Principle 4 says I have a responsibility to my school community. Educators must promote appropriate and effective relationships for all members of the school community. Educators must follow HIPAA and FERPA and uphold the privacy of all their students and their families. Educators must maintain a respectful and open line of communication with students' families and setting boundaries and making sure that we do not cross those boundaries. Educators must remain open with school administration and staff to ensure students' needs are heard and met. Communication is key in all that we do, and we must remember to keep it open, honest, and respectful. High expectations with technology integration. Principle 5 of the Model Code of Ethics for Educators states that I must be responsible and ethical for the use of technology in my classroom. Educators must think about their impact and conduct on social media. I must make sure that my presence on social media represents Christ and my school district well. Educators should keep up with technological changes and be adaptive to new advances in technology within the profession. Educators must ensure the safety of their students online and with technology. Close monitoring is a must to uphold students' privacy as well as their mental and physical health. There are many different platforms that can be used for teachers that I have experienced already in my tenure as a paraprofessional that can help educators make sure that their students are doing what they're supposed to be doing on technology, that they are safe, and that they are being respectful to all those around them. Educators must remain open with school administration, and staff to ensure students' needs are heard and met. Technology can be so helpful, but educators must realize the dangers that can come from it and take digital citizenship seriously. We don't like no digital bullies. High expectations, professional standards of practice. Principle 2 of the Model Code of Ethics for Educators says that it is our responsibility to have professional competence. Educators must maintain rigorous academic standards by utilizing state and national standards. Educators must advocate for their students no matter what the need is, whether the need is academics, social, physical, emotional, or needs that occur outside the school building. Educators should stand up and be a voice for their student. Advocacy is something that I am very strong in doing because some of these children don't have the voice that they need from their parents, and I will advocate for them any chance that I can. Educators must be committed to lifelong learning and do what it takes to gain knowledge and maintain the best educational practices. High expectations, relevant laws and policies. Principle 1, responsibility to the profession. Educators must abide by all national and state laws. Their opinion on the laws are irrelevant because they must maintain a professional disposition and uphold integrity. Educators are mandatory reporters, and they must uphold the responsibility to report any abuse or neglect to your district administration as well as the proper authorities according to local, state, and national laws. Educators must also keep in mind that following this law upholds their stance to be an advocate for their students, but they must maintain privacy for that student and their well-being. Educators must uphold and honor all district policies, whether they be academic or disciplinary policies. My professional learning goals. I want to establish a safe, fair, inclusive, and culturally welcoming classroom where each student is seen as the Lord has created them to be. I want to align my Christian worldview with daily implementation of the College of Education Code of Ethics and the Model Code of Ethics for Educators, because these two documents perfectly align my kingdom goals with my professional goals. I want to create a classroom where students grow in love, integrity, respect, fairness, and in their academics. I want to curate differentiated learning for all aspects of the student, whether that be social, emotional, physical, cultural, or academics. I want to see the student as a whole and grow their knowledge through all domains. I want to be committed to being a lifelong learner who changes with the tides of education to best support and teach my students and support my colleagues. Professional development topics and PLCs. Effective educators constantly reflect on their personal character and professional choices. Thus, we must be able to take constructive criticism and the advice from others through professional development classes and professional learning committees, or PLCs. I want to engage in ethical collaboration with my colleagues to promote school-wide growth. I want to strive to see my students as a whole. I will use their data to drive targeted interventions within my classroom and outside of it through MTSS and small group instruction. I will engage happily in any professional developments or PLCs that are given by my district because I am committed to being that lifelong learner. And if I cannot model a love of learning, how can I effectively teach my students? In conclusion, as a Christian elementary educator, I want to first and foremost bring honor and glory to the Lord through all that I do and all that I am a part of. I want to be committed to my calling that the Lord has placed on my life by standing in the gap for my students and doing everything that I can to promote and equip them with everything that they need to succeed in my classroom and throughout their life. To do that, I need to make sure that I am reflecting on all of my choices and actions and changing what needs to be changed, engaging in all professional development that I can, and working together with my district, stakeholders, student families, and colleagues to ensure we uphold the students' best interest. After all, that's why we're there, for the students. I must uphold rigorous and ethical teaching that can be differentiated to reach all levels of learners in my room, while incorporating fun and engaging activities that drive home the love of learning for all of my students. Most importantly, I want my classroom to be a place where they feel the love and the light of Jesus every single day, no matter their background, and to know that they are safe and secure and they can trust me with anything. I want to bloom in my room, so we must Maslow to do so. Thank you, and may the Lord bless and keep you.